Robert Mueller's appearance before two House committees this week, the Department of Justice has sent Mueller a letter telling him to stick to the information contained in his written report. An official at the Justice Department said the letter is a response to a query by Mueller made earlier this month seeking guidance on handling questions that address privileged information. The letter also says the department agrees with Mueller's stated opinion that his appearing before Congress in person is not necessary. Nevertheless, on Wednesday, he will take lawmakers' questions. AP correspondent Sagar Meghani.
Last week, the president said he did not plan to watch when Mueller goes before two House panels Wednesday. He said the same today and then conceded he might watch a little bit. Either way, he says it's a waste of time, falsely repeating earlier claims that Mueller's Russia report cleared him of obstruction and collusion.
You can't take all those bites out of the apple.
What Mueller actually wrote was there's not sufficient evidence to establish the Trump campaign criminally conspired with Russia in the 2016 race. He did not clear the president of trying to obstruct his investigation, and Democrats say they'll push that point Wednesday. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Anger continues to grow in Hong Kong over an attack on pro-democracy protesters by suspected gangsters that left dozens of people injured. Cell phone video on social media shows white-clad assailants alleged to be triad gangsters attacking commuters with pipes and poles at a Hong Kong subway station Sunday. The United States is calling all sides to exercise restraint, adding organized violence by criminal gangs against private citizens are particularly disturbing. In Beijing, officials said the Chinese government firmly supports the Hong Kong government and taking all necessary measures and punish the criminals. This is VOA News. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo hails a new chapter in U.S. relations with Latin America following a whirlwind trip to 4 countries in South and Central America. The top U.S. diplomat made stops in El Salvador, Mexico, Ecuador, and Argentina. He said countries that commit themselves to fighting crime and corruption and promoting democracy will reap the benefits. Thousands of people poured into the streets of San Juan on Monday in protest aimed at forcing Puerto Rico's Governor Ricardo Rosselló to resign over offensive chat messages. It is the latest scandal to hit a bankrupt island struggling to recover from deadly 2017 hurricanes. Yahaira Wakez reports with Reuters.
The demonstrations come a day after Governor Ricardo Rosselló said he will not run for re-election next year, but stopped short of resigning. Outside the governor's palace, activists listened on their phones as Rosselló gave his speech, which only added fuel to the fire.
If Ricky won't quit, we won't quit either. We're on this. We're going to be present. We're not leaving until he leaves.
The governor is embroiled in a scandal over leaked chats that showed Rosselló and top aides exchanging homophobic and sexist text messages. Hundreds of pages were released, unleashing simmering resentment over the governor's handling of devastating hurricanes in 2017, alleged corruption in his administration, and the island's bankruptcy process.
The U.S. President Donald Trump met with Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan in the Oval Office Monday, where they discussed talks aimed at ending the war in Afghanistan. Mr. Trump said the Pentagon continues to reduce the number of its troops in Afghanistan very slowly and safely. He said if he wanted to use force, the United States could have won the war quickly.
I could win that war in a week. I just don't want to kill 10 million people. Does that make sense to you? I don't want to kill 10 million people. I have plans on Afghanistan that if I wanted to win that war, Afghanistan would be wiped off the face of the earth. It would be gone. It would be over literally in 10 days.
Pakistani Prime Minister said there is no military solution for Afghanistan and that progress has been made in the talks.
This is the closest we've been to a peace deal in Afghanistan.
Khan has long campaigned against the use of U.S. military force to resolve the conflict there. Pakistani officials are hoping Khan and Mr. Trump will personally bond and help repair the relationship between Islamabad and Washington. I'm Tommy McNeil, VOA News.
It's VOA. One. All the hits and more right here on VOA 1.